Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we have the showcase of Olaf in Disney Mirrorverse, so let's get straight into it. So I just want to quickly put out a disclaimer that I'm part of the KCP, the Kabam Creator Program, so I get to test out these Guardians every single month, but they do get removed from my account. I just do it so I can make videos on these Guardians and give feedback towards the developers. So let's just get straight into it. We're going to go over Olaf's core ability, Warmth of Home. So Olaf is immune to freeze and burn. Whilst Olaf is in the encounter, freeze and burn effects inflicted by all allies deal an additional 10% damage. So you want to make sure you bring in Guardians that deal freeze and burn. But at the same time, Olaf is immune to freeze and burn, which is a great thing to have. So moving on, every 6 seconds Olaf creates one Heath Glimmer in an unoccupied space on the battlefield, so this can get up to 5. When an ally touches a Heath Glimmer, Olaf heals that ally for 3% HP and the Heath Glimmer is then removed, and then Olaf gains a Heath Charge and you can get 10 of these Heath Charges. So these Heath Glimmers are basically an item that drop on the floor, and when one of your allies go and pick it up, they regenerate 3% HP. So this is a cool mechanic that is in the game. Moving on to the special ability, Olaf heals all allies 6% HP plus an additional 1% HP for each Heath charge, and then all those charges are removed, so you can get a maximum of 10 Heath charges, so that's an additional 10% HP, so in total 16% HP if you have 10 of those Heath charges. So yeah, not a bad amount of regeneration. So when allies collect Heath Glimmers, they gain an Icy Touch buff for 6 seconds, causing basic and heavy attacks to inflict an instant 20% freeze. So you have access to freeze as well, and 20% freeze is pretty good. Olaf has a 100% chance to gain a Heath charge whenever an ally hits an enemy inflicted with a freeze or burn effect. So like I said earlier, you want to have allies that inflict freeze or burn to increase the amount of Heath charges you're actually going to gain. The more Heath charges you have, the more you're going to regenerate when you use your special attack. So moving on to the bio, we're going to go over the traits. So Olaf is short, a goofball, shapeshifting and lawful. So it's not really the best traits. Goofball's a good one, but hopefully soon we do get some more. So yeah, moving on to the talents. So the first advanced one, when allies collect Heath Glimmers, they cleanse all freeze and burns and have a 100% chance to cleanse all attack debuffs, strife debuffs and dizzy debuffs. So you can just cleanse all these debuffs, which is great. You know, cleanse is such a good thing to have in a game, just get rid of those debuffs. So the next advanced one, when allies collect Heath Glimmers, they gain a 50% attack buff for 10 seconds, so this can stack up to 5 times. So yeah, just an additional amount of attack. And then moving on to the next one, when allies collect Heath Glimmers, they gain a 30% focus buff for 10 seconds, and this can stack up to 150% focus. So yeah, these are just increasing the focus and the attack. So it's decent. And then moving on to the elite talent, Heath Glimmers heal an additional 3% HP. At the end of the combat, the ally with the lowest HP percentage is healed 1.5% for each uncollected Heath Glimmer. Olaf does not gain Heath charges this way. So at the end of the combat, you're just going to keep regenerating health for the lowest Guardian you have on your team. So yeah, overall, Olaf does seem quite good. I would say just looking at his abilities, he doesn't look like the best support Guardian in the game. But his access to healing, he has that focus buffs, and also, you know, he can freeze opponents, and he's also immune to freeze and burn. He does seem quite decent, and the ability where he can just throw down these Heath Glimmers all over the floor is quite exciting, and I'm excited to actually try him out in game. So without further ado, let's get straight into the gameplay. So moving on into the gameplay, basically what you want to do is build up these Heath charges. Now you can see already we're using Buzz and we're applying those freeze to our opponents. That's basically because of the Ice Touch buff. Now that it just increases the amount of freeze damage you do. Now you can see we've got a couple of Heath charges and we use it and we're applying all of that regeneration. And if you can see in the top right hand side, you can see those little droplets on the floor. That's basically the Heath buff, and as we go over them we gain 163 health. Now this is what makes him so fun. You basically just use your special ability. All of these Heath charges just drop onto the floor and you can just pick them up whenever. So you can see all our Guardians are just walking into them. The opponents, your enemies, they can't actually pick them up, which is really good, because if they could, that would just be a huge downside. to actually using Olaf. You know, you can just regenerate your own enemies, but no, all your allies just get regenerated instantly from the initial special ability, and at the same time you've got all of these little pickups on the ground that you can just go over whenever during the fight and just regenerate some of your health back. So yeah, Olaf is really fun, it's really simple to use. You just want to build up those health charges, use your special ability, gain some initial regeneration, and then also pick up those little pickups on the floor whenever your allies are really low. So yeah, it's very simple. So we're going to talk about some key information you need to know when you are using Olaf. So what enemies does Olaf counter? So Olaf is really good against Zerg or Mini, but he is also really good against Simba or Cruella with certain talents when you apply them to Olaf. So who's really good at killing Olaf? Now, some of the best guardians you can use to kill Olaf are Cruella and Judy, because they have access to root. So basically, if you are rooting all of your enemies, they can't use those pickups on the floor and they can't regenerate health back. So yeah, you just want to kind of stop your opponents from reaching those pickups on the ground and stop them from regenerating. So it's kind of simple like that. So yeah, overall, I would say Olaf is a really good addition to the game. That pickup mechanic is really cool. You can just regenerate whenever, and there's no ceiling to how much you can actually regenerate during a fight. You can just continuously spam your special and regenerate as much health as you want. So yeah, if I have to rate Olaf out of 10, I'll give him a solid 7 out of 10. He's a really fun guardian to use in Disney Mirrorverse, and he's a really cool designed character as well. So that is it for today's video. If you did like it, please leave a like and subscribe for more. And also follow my Twitter down below for updates on new videos coming out, and also some key information on the future of my channel. So yeah, that is it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.